Hello wonderful people! Anyone who played Dark Souls 1 and 3 can tell how similar these two games are. Dark Souls 2 was the black duck when it comes to the series. What I mean by black duck is that it's very different from the other two. Also, if you notice, covenants are kinda similar in these two games, and for the most part, they use the same mechanics. For example, the Dark Wraiths in Dark Souls had the red eye orb, and in Dark Souls 3, Rosaria's fingers had the red eye orb as well. This item is used for invasions. In Dark Souls 1, we have the Dark Moon Blades. They have an invasion ring and the blue eye orb. In Dark Souls 3, we also have the Dark Moon Blades. They even have the same goddamn name too. They also have the invasion ring and the blue eye orb, right? Well, they don't, for some bizarre reason, even though they are essentially the same goddamn covenant. The blue eye orb gives you infinite invasions for this covenant, and it's very unique in the Souls series. They only target sinners, either it be PvP sinners or PvE sinners, so you have this role-playing aspect going for this covenant. You target invaders, so you're like the police force, punishing the worlds of the guilty. After all, the guilty pay the price. And you're suitably called a spirit of vengeance as well. It's very cool when it comes to role-playing, and you won't feel as bad when invading with this covenant since most of the people you invade are already invaders themselves. Fascinatingly, you can buy an item called Indictment by the Bishop of Velka. This item can be used after you get killed by a red invader, and you indict them, which adds them to the Book of the Guilty, another item sold by the Bishop. Once an invader is locked into the book, he or she becomes a target to the Blades of the Dark Moon. So you basically become on a hit list. If you sinned a lot, expect a lot of spirits of vengeance coming to hunt you down. Unless, of course, you hunt them down first. The fascinating part is the bishop is affiliated with Velka, the goddess of sin. It's mentioned in the item description of the indictment. So there is a connection between the Blades of the Dark Moon and Velka's goons. The unique thing about this covenant, and by the way, it is really unique since nothing is really like it in the series, is that you can invade much lower level players than yourself. So you can be a very high level build and invade a much lower level player, which gives you a very big advantage. Being a spirit of vengeance is true to its name. The only drawback is that you have to wait more to get an invasion compared to the red eye orb. Another unique thing about the blue eye orb is that you can invade any area in the game. So if you're in Orlando trying to invade there, you might end up invading New Londo ruins if the blue eye orb can't find anyone in Orlando. So there is a lot of cool stuff going for this item. So the $1 million question is why they never brought it back to Dark Souls 3. They just gave us that shitty ring that doesn't work most of the time, which really killed the covenant by the way in Dark Souls 3. And I remember a ton of people brought this up when Dark Souls 3 was still fresh. And if I remember correctly, people on Reddit tried to petition for it, yet it never saw the light of day. So I really wonder why they never released it. Maybe because it invades lower level players? Maybe, but we know that they could have easily changed that to make it on par with the red eye orb. So I think we will never know the answer for why they never brought it back. Let me know why you think they never brought it back if you have any ideas. I would love to hear your thoughts about this, but goddamn man, Dark Souls 3 PvP would have been much better with the blue eye orb. So, that's all for this video, my fellow undead. Don't forget to subscribe now for more Souls content. See ya in my next video. Farewell.